Hey guys, it's postboxpat and welcome back to a new video, and today I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to win on the Wild West game mode. I have currently won 6 out of 10 on this game mode this morning, and to be honest, I really enjoy the game mode. It's really fun, the weapons on it are perfect, and also it does require quite a bit of skill. And the TNT itself, during my time playing it, did get removed, which changed the style of play because it ended up being a lot more build fights. Now you'll see the sort of gameplay that I had this morning coming in my upcoming videos, so if you want to check out more gameplay of me on the Wild West game mode without the TNT, that'll be coming in future videos. So to get straight into this video, I just want to say the first thing I did was land at Pleasant Park, and what I was doing was picking locations outside of the reach of people where most people would go. Another good tip on this as well is because no shields spawn, a good location to land would be Wailing Woods or Snobby Shores, and then go towards the idea of Pleasant Park in between that little house there by the football field. You can get a few mushrooms that spawn there. Another good spot to land would be Dusty and Lonely Lodge. Now these spots are really useful because you can actually gain access to mushrooms. Now in this gameplay, it was my second game on, so I didn't actually gain access to any mushrooms in this gameplay from what I remember, so I didn't actually focus any of that. But obviously in future games, if you've got some spare time and some spare moments, I'd recommend landing at them sort of locations, because what it's going to do, it's going to give you a huge advantage in most fights. Now generally Dynamite is an awesome ability and an awesome weapon to have. It's quite useful in a lot of situations with build fights and stuff. This game mode does have the redeploy ability, which makes it very enjoyable to me because you can run away from build fights that you're losing, which is kind of like newbie, but it does work out pretty well. I've noticed without the TNT, there's tons of build fights in this. It's basically like playing normal duos without ARs, and it's actually extremely fun. I don't know when the TNT or the Dynamite is going to get added in again, but if you guys have got some spare time right now as you're watching the video, try playing it without the Dynamite, because there's a lot of cool build fights in it and you can have a lot of fun in it, because people only really have shotguns. Miniguns are very frustrating. We'll get into it in a minute about miniguns, and also a lot of people are using just shotguns and the revolver type things, so it's pretty cool. But guys, another thing to consider is the minigun, because like I was saying, the minigun is ridiculously overpowered. Here's a clip of me with 2 people using the minigun against me, and you'll notice if you do that on this game mode, if both of you and your duo partner, or maybe if you make it on squads or solo, if like basically just use the minigun, and you'll notice if 2 or more players are using the minigun, I just get absolutely battered. So here I've got 15 campfires, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get some campfires down ready to heal, and I'm kind of just panic building a little bit, I guess. Like, I'm not really building too much, but you know, the storm is getting closer, and I know the storm's about to get me, so I'm kind of like really pretty nervous. And there's 2 death machines or miniguns absolutely mowing me down right here, and I just basically stood no chance against them. So I tried my best to defend myself, but I just couldn't. So I tried like getting the minigun out to get them, and then a guy ended up coming behind me and downing me. But you can see how overpowered miniguns are in the right situation. But anyway, let's keep moving through with some more tips and tricks. A good thing to note is when you're using the revolver in close combat, you can actually use 2 revolvers over a shotgun. Now obviously with the upcoming shotgun changes, I've got a video on that. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you go and check that out. But we know that the upcoming shotgun changes is going to change the entire game meta, which would be pretty interesting. But for now, I recommend taking a shotgun and 2 handguns, because what you can do is you can kind of like double pistol the handguns, and you basically can absolutely batter people by doing that. It's a really awesome tactic, and it's something I do recommend trying out if you guys have got some free time to try that one out. It's pretty interesting, and you get so many handguns on this, and you can get to green to purple, so common to epic, and the epic ones are very powerful. And if you use this in close combat, you've got a good chance of beating people. What I've been doing is I usually use a shotgun and then switch straight to the hand cannon, whatever it's called. I don't know the exact name of the pistol, I completely forgotten it, but basically the revolver type thing, I switched to that. So I shoot with the shotgun, switch straight to it, and don't zoom in, because if you guys don't know already, it is rapid fire. Probably most of you already know that, and that's probably the best way of playing this game mode when you're in close combat. Long range, you've got the hunting rifle, and you've got either the pistol zoomed in or you've got the minigun. So I personally go with usually the pistol zoomed in, because I'm not really a hunting rifle person, or the minigun depending on the range. The hunting rifle to me is quite a difficult weapon, so you know how many times you actually hit with it. I can hit with it it's just very frustrating consistently shooting the hunting rifle and actually not hitting the opponent. So that's why I just don't go with it, and I'd sooner just slowly move towards someone with a hunting rifle if the situation is the correct situation. So right now all we're doing is looting up. Again, looting up on this game mode is very easy to do, and I do recommend trying your best to get easy loot as quickly as possible, because it is really going to help you out in this game mode. Obviously the more loot you have, the better. With the dynamite, it's pretty interesting. I don't know if it's been re-enabled right now or not, but as soon as the dynamite gets back in, it's basically an anti-build. So if someone throws up a structure or a building, that dynamite is going to wreck that building. I've only had one kill with the dynamite so far, and by the way, I've only played it this morning, so as soon as it gets re-enabled, I will be playing this game mode again. It's probably one of the funnest game modes I've played in a while. I'm looking forward to playing it with subscribers as well. Hopefully they'll bring out some certain kind of like changes to it and stuff like that. Maybe that'll allow us to do maybe like a 50-50 version, or maybe a squads version. I think something like that would be awesome with subscribers. So yeah, hopefully we can do something like that in the future. But yeah, right now we're pushing up slowly on a few opponents opposite us. We've got to try and work out exactly how we're going to take these out. So what I'm doing is I'm getting close to them as easy as I can. So I place some dynamite on their structure. And if you watch how the dynamite works, it absolutely wrecks their structure. And what I do here is I try to predict where they're going to fall. But obviously they just glided away. So what I simply did, because they glided away, I knew it was a perfect opportunity to go for the revive, because the other guy didn't expect me to be there, and I simply just built down here and started getting the revive. Now, to be honest, in this situation now, we could have been killed and we could have lost the game. Right now is simply a situation where 80% of the time you would have lost the game. I'm going for the revive just because I wanted to help my teammate out, and the enemy decides to kind of not glide straight into base. That messed it up for him. If he glided straight into base and shot me, he probably would have killed me and downed or got rid of both of us out of the game, and we would have both been dead. But unfortunately he landed in my base, and it gave me the opportunity, and my friend's opportunity here, who was just a random duo I met like I said before, the opportunity to kill him, and we managed to move on from that. So these cheats I'm giving you guys will really help you out in this game mode, and building is key in it. But obviously when the dynamite is in use, building is it just gets wrecked. Like, you can destroy anyone's building. It's interesting though to have the idea of the actual redeploy, because if people are throwing TNT or dynamite, whatever you want to call it, the official name is dynamite, but I think a lot of people are going to call it TNT. If people are throwing TNT at the kind of structures and stuff, you'll notice that you are going to get wrecked, and the redeploy thing does save you in a lot of situations. And then again, I outbuilt someone there a little bit, took them out pretty easily again with the pistol. To be honest, my building today has been very good compared to how usually I build, and this is only my second game on, and even my building in this game is alright. So, you know, I didn't expect my building to actually be this decent for someone that doesn't always build in Fortnite. So as the game continues to get further into it, I start to position ourselves in good positions ready for the next circle, and it's something you should really consider on this game mode, because height is going to give you a huge advantage, as it does on most game modes. Even with the redeploying glider, honestly guys, I believe that height is so key on this game mode. And you know, with the idea of like the dynamite and stuff, you guys can get like a sky base or maybe something on top of a mountain. When I say sky base, I don't actually mean go for a full-on sky base. I mean basically get really high up so they can't hit it with dynamite. You're going to have a good advantage. And with the mountain, they can't destroy the mountain with dynamite. So with you having that advantage on the mountain, you're going to have a good opportunity to get a bunch of kills. So now in this situation, a lot of duos and a lot of teams actually got muddled up together. And this is where I just decided to spam dynamite and see if I'd get a kill. Again, the range throw on the dynamite isn't the best, but luckily enough, I managed to down someone with the dynamite, which was highly unexpected. I really did like that down there. Again, still launching in my last dynamite to try and help my teammate out over there. I see that guy up there. I get a few shots off him with my pistol, and the pistol is so powerful guys. If you guys can hit people with it, you will definitely get a few downs. It's 4 shot down, I believe. It's 32, is it? So 1, 2, yeah, 4 shot usually, depending on how much health they're on. If you get a headshot, or if they're on a little less health, you could get a 3 shot down. It's a pretty useful weapon. Now in close quarters, sometimes the damage does drop a little bit when you rapid fire it, but you can get decent damage. 35 I was getting there, so to be honest, if it was 35, 3 shots would definitely kill someone. So it depends at the range of it, which pistol you're using. So interesting to see that. But yeah, you can see me running away from the combat there. I've had a big fight going on. I thought, you know, we may as well just bail out. My teammate for some reason didn't decide to bail, so noticing that he didn't do that, and bear in mind this is on filled duos, so we had no communication at all in this game. I was kind of thinking to myself, you know, what's my teammate doing? I've got to try and protect him, so I'm heading towards that sort of direction, trying to position myself just in case he decides to glide over to me. I was trying to signal him to come over here with like markers and stuff, but he just doesn't want to come over. So obviously he's up there. I'm trying to guide him, trying to hint him to come over here. You can see me placing a few markers there on the map, and eventually he decides to glide on over, and that was basically my markers triggering it to him to tell him to get out of there and come to me because we need to get this victory. And this was our second game on together. We didn't actually speak in a party chat or in game chat, but we ended up speaking over Messenger, I think. I don't know if he actually messaged me back, but I just kept sending him messages saying like join my invite and stuff, and he did, and he was just an awesome duo partner. You don't usually get these sort of people in Phil, and they found someone who was actually pretty decent in Phil, so we did pretty well. So again, now positioning ourselves in a good position to kind of push him. With only 8 opponents left with 5 kills on my side, we can rack a few extra kills in if required. These pistols are very useful, and they are very accurate if you kind of just zoom in and shoot one bullet, unzoom, search for the opponent again, and then zoom in. You've got a good chance of getting a few shots in. So this guy's actually built some sort of 1x1, and this is when I wish I had my TNT. I really do wish I had it there because I could have easily downed that guy. But as the game goes on further, after taking a few shots at that guy, I'm trying to get myself a little bit higher up again, ready to position myself in the next circle. I see the guy down there, I'm taking a few shots off him. He's actually trying to take me out with his TNT. Again, a lovely shot there with the pistol. He does actually knock me down, but luckily the glider redeploy keeps me alive there. And I don't know if it should be on this game mode or not, but I personally think it's a useful feature, so you may as well have it equipped. So now we've got dual purple handguns, a very powerful weapon, and if I had the opportunity, I'd probably drop the bandages for TNT or Dynamite, whatever you want to call it, if you find it on the map. So that's what I'd probably do now with this loadout. Hunting rifle is debatable. If you want that, you can carry it. I personally don't like the hunting rifle that much. It's a useful weapon if you can use it. I just find it very frustrating if you keep missing shots on it, and the bullet drop can be annoying. So I'd just sooner go for the pistol for now. But you can see me building towards the circle with only, how many enemies left? 7 enemies left, and I'm running on 6 kills. So we're doing alright. We know there's only 5 enemies left because 2 of them people was. You can see a build fight going on right here. I got to try and hunt down the opponent if I can. I'm searching for him and kind of keep a lookout, just keeping that height as well up. Again, just trying to box myself in a little bit, keeping myself safe. A little bit errors there with my building, but that happens when it's your second game on. You can see me here getting the height again, trying to keep that advantage on most players. Only 4 opponents remaining right now, with 2 of us, 6 obviously, with 2 being me. A lot of people got confused about that earlier on when I used to do these tips and tricks videos. You can see the guy gliding up there, sorry, not gliding, walking up there. You can see him, I'm trying to suppress him down. It's just not working, so I'm building up a little bit, trying to get the right height to take him out, and unfortunately, he has disappeared. So anyway, me taking him out right now is by using a ranged pistol, because he's completely gone. So you can see me trying to take advantage of that. I don't see exactly where he's gone. Now only 3 enemies left remaining in this game. We're still searching for them. It looks like I got 22 miles per hour on that with my glider, which is pretty interesting on that little thing down there. So I'm searching for the opponent. I don't see him anywhere. So what I'm doing is trying to get myself in a good position, ready to take out the last few enemies. With there only being 3 left, we positioned ourselves together as a duo. Kind of pretty high, but not as high as the trees. And now I'm signaling for him to kind of show him that there's an enemy on that mountain over there. It could be a solo or it could be a duo. We've got a few people in front. I glide to this mountain here because they destroyed our structure. Not sure if they shot it or destroyed it with Dynamite, but we're pushing it a little bit. There's a guy definitely below me here. I see him. I get a shotgun shot off at him, and then I use my pistol again when he's flying around to take him out. And that was a lovely shot there in the air to eliminate him. I was just completely spraying, but that last shot there was perfect accuracy on him and takes him out pretty easily. So now we only have 2 opponents left. It looks like it's a 2v2 possibly, and we have a chance of getting that victory royale. So we've got to push in and take these guys out, or let them push us. Obviously, considering the way the storm is, we know that they've got the height. The best way of pushing over there will be to keep using your glider, or go up really high and glide it down, or kind of just like glide down and chill. Just be careful. But doing a height is kind of risky when the circle's only got 10 seconds left, and you could be shot doing it. So we've got to make our decision right, and what we're doing is we're trying to position ourselves in the right position, ready to move. So you can see me here, I've taken a minigun instead of medkits. Not too sure why I did that, but I thought, you know, it could come in handy, the minigun, in this situation. So I know the guys are still on that hill. So I decided to slowly begin to push in, making sure to cover my ramps a little bit so they can't shoot them down as quick unless they've got like a minigun or an explosive. And there you are, they did end up shooting them down. But luckily enough, it was enough height for me to get on this side of the map which came in pretty handy because getting up over here again was a perfect position ready for them to actually move towards me, because what we did is we actually split up. Now I had no control of us splitting up, it was just completely random. You can see that opponent there flying away. Here's some minigun gameplay of me using it, take him out with the minigun. I know there's one opponent left now and he manages to get the kill on that. But that's it for that game. It's all about positioning, getting the right loadout. What I'm running down on my loadout right now is the perfect loadout for duo, in my opinion, for me. The med kits, you can kind of go without them if you've got a bunch of campfires, and depending on what your friend is carrying, they can also carry the meds. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Go and support me as a creator at postboxpat. And once again, this is postboxpat, signing out.